No, I got to leave in.
What's up, everybody? We're here back with another Monday Night Raw. Ready to give y'all a recap of Housewives of New Jersey. We got Sammy and Antonio with us today. How are y'all doing?
I was doing well until I read at the bottom. What did it say down there, Antonio?
You can read.
So happy that y'all are here. I see Chase in the chat, Sean, MJ. Hey y'all, thank you for tuning in. I feel like I have not hosted in forever. I'm a bit rusty, y'all. So y'all,
Bear with you.
bear with me, baby. I haven't been production in a long time, and Sammy don't have his iPad to help me. So it's just gonna be a rough day. Classy lady, we don't know if Kenya fired or not, but we hear about New Jersey. So I don't know about Atlanta just yet, baby, but I hope she isn't. But where did Sammy go? So Antonio, what have you been up to? We haven't seen you in a while up on the screen. I think we was on together last.
Yeah, for Potomac, I just been chilling, enjoying my break, feeling good about having the flexibility about popping in and popping out. See, when you truly the highest paid, you can do stuff like that, You don't have to be bound to this seat every time, or every week or multiple times a week. So.
Right. Well, y'all, we just gonna kick it off because none of us are trying to be here all night long. So also too, I may go out of order in some of the scenes because they like leave a scene and they come back to it later after covering things. I'm gonna just condense the scenes that they talk about later on. That I'm just bring them together. So I don't need nobody reminded me that didn't happen yet.
Yeah, Sean.
Leave Sean alone. All right, so the episode begins and we pick up at the ending of the Teresa and Fuda meeting. The Fudas are walking out while Teresa is talking with Louis. They make a big old stink about leaving that gift on top of the bar, and they said Teresa gave a backhanded apology and that it was not sincere. Teresa says Fugazi wanted an apology, but didn't want to address that he put a lie out there about Louis. Louis calls him a Tony Soprano wannabe and a hothead like her brother. So, Sam, you have anything to add about this?
I wasn't here last week when y'all spoke on it. I was just annoyed with the Fudas. They clearly came to fight. They weren't trying to get along or do anything of the sort. I'm indifferent about Louis being quiet, though. I would have liked for him to say something when they started going, when John started talking crazy to Teresa. But, I mean, the Fudas are trash, and it's clear. That's all I really got.
Antonio?
I was happy to see those slobs walk out. I wish they would walk out and keep walking and never come back. Side note, how many extended cab SUVs do they have? Because I think I've seen like 2 or 3. Are they scammers over there?
Probably renting.
They probably borrowing them from the cars that John be parking.
Yeah. That's why he wants Teresa to launder money for him. Why do you need somebody to launder money for you? And it's interesting you said the word slob, Antonio. We heard that word a lot this episode,
We did. That's why I said it. It's fresh on my mind. Slob.
Sammy, I get what you're saying about Louis not saying nothing, but I'm kind of glad he didn't because I feel like, because as you notice, they kept making us think about Louis not speaking. And I think Louis is who they really wanted to try to get out of character to really, malign him. So Louis didn't give them what they was looking for.
Well, he better do something if he gonna keep on having these conversations with him, because Juicy Joe would have tore that place up.
It would have been black shoe polish everywhere like it was a few seasons ago.
Well, moving on, we now have a couple of little scenes. We see Danielle and Nate at home with their children, and Danielle is still on a high about her fashion show, and her cute little daughter is just, baby, she's a diva in training. She knows exactly how she wants her hair to be, what she wants to wear, and I know that might be hell as a parent, but to see it on TV, I think it's the cutest thing for a kid to know exactly what they want. We see Melissa meeting with her party planner. She lets Joe know she wants an intimate and elegant party. None of this taking shots out of butthole dolls and stuff. None of that. She wants a classy party. We get a tiny little scene where Marge is wanting her housekeeper to eat some moldy, stinky cheese to see if it's any good. Marge don't want to bite it herself. She wants the housekeeper to see it, to eat it. And then we get to the meat and potatoes, where Dolores meets up with her mom and her daughter, where they talk about Polly and where they stand. They talk a little bit about Frank's dog and his health, which is very sad. Dolores brings up Frank proposing to his girlfriend, which causes Dolores' daughter to bring up, well, when is Polly proposing to you? What's the tea? What's the holdup? So Dolores set herself up for that one. Dolores' mother is still extremely confused, as are we all, about why Polly is not divorced yet. Dolores kind of pivots and says that her and Polly are going into business together. They ask what kind of business. Dolores says, baby, it's an electrical business. She says, neither one of us are electricians, but Polly is a contractor and got them working for him. Dolores, in her confessional, says it is the highest form of flattery for a man to want to bring you into his business. Although she doesn't know what her job title or responsibilities will be. His mother and daughter are very skeptical, and her mother says over and over that Dolores deserves to know what her future holds. Dolores does have a fear of feeling stupid, and just in the nick of time, as if his red ears were burning, Polly walks in, and Dolores' daughter quickly asks him if he's going to make Dolores an office manager. Antonio?
Well, starting at that one, I just hate that Dolores is kind of putting herself in a situation to potentially look as silly as she did with her previous relationship. I guess, the difference is now at least Paul, whatever, is present. He does go with her to events. He may not like filming, but, he does it for her. So I guess, that says something about, who he really is. I don't think that she should have compared him asking her to go into business with her meeting his kids. Is not the same, because that business could need some money. Anything could happen to where that business could go south. And that's why I really want to know, like, are you investing money, or is he doing everything and he's just adding you on so that you can get some type of a paycheck? Nothing. Marge, no. Melissa, no. Danielle's daughter is very, very cute. I would like to know though, like what Nate does. Like, if somebody, I'm sure Sean has, she knows. So Sean, if you could please what does Nate do for a living? Does he work? Is he a contractor? Like, we know they're all in some type of business like that. Well, a lot of them. So does he do something like that too? Is he a plumber like Joe Benigno? Does he fake flip houses like Joe Gorga? What does he do?
Oh my gosh. And with this comment, yes, Kevin, Dolores and her mom and her daughter were not here for it at all. Their faces said, I have to be honest, I'm with them. I'm not here for it at all anymore with Paula either, to be quite honest. I'm with them. Sammy?
I find it interesting that her mom especially was not here for it when it's been like, 2 years with Polly, but she let her go along with David for how long, and she was just here for David. I don't see any sense in Dolores going into business with Polly while he's still married to that woman, because
makes no sense.
She still has some type of legal claim to whatever they have going on. Get it together with her, get rid of her. Not get rid of her, let me not say that, but finalize the divorce, and then we can talk about everything else. But as for now, me being in this house with you is as good as it's gonna get. So I think Dolores should be a little smarter. Teresa, no prenup, Dolores, and what be going on in Jersey?
They silly.
She go in business with him before he get divorced. That lady gonna take half of that business. She gonna be partnered with him.
Yeah, so make sure he's divorced first.
It's gonna be a three-way.
Sammy, you think that maybe the mom is not here for what's going on with Polly because of the time she felt she wasted with David?
I don't know, because even after David, they were still asking her about him. I want to know, what does the mom really think of Polly?
I think the mom was so kind of like David so much, because
yeah,
the mom is kind of sickly or was sick. David was a doctor, so she could get like free checkups and stuff from David.
We need him.
That's
no comment. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say.
So all right, moving right along. So Teresa, Louie, and the family are having breakfast together. they're talking about Melania going to college, and they start talking about all these hard schools. And Melania says, "Baby, I'm not going to a hard school. I'm going wherever I get accepted." And I'm with you, Melania. Don't take up more than you can handle.
Exactly.
We then see that the barber arrives to give Louis' son Nick a haircut at home because that environment is more safe for him emotionally. Teresa says she's happy to be at peace with her family after the toxic meeting with the Fudas yesterday. They talk a little bit about Gia and her boyfriend moving in together. Teresa wants her to experience living alone first because she didn't get to experience that. But in the same sentence, also agrees that you learn a lot about someone by moving in together. Sammy?
I get why she was saying that she would rather Gia move in separately because she didn't get to do it because she wasn't allowed. But I think the times are different. I get why she would want Gia to be by herself, but they seem to have raised Gia right. And at this point, Gia's been with the boy for what, 2-3 years?
No, it's like 5 years, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, hell, come on, let's go ahead and get up in this house because I might live with you and realize, this ain't it. And then I can go be by myself. So
you're right, Sammy. The times are different, and I think it's also different in that Teresa didn't have the option to live alone. Like she was forced. Gia has whatever option she wants. Gia's not being forced to do this. This is what she wants to do. So she could easily move on out if it's not what she wants to do.
Right. And Teresa, she needs to look at it as far as in her time, she could because her parents were let her, but she's kind of afforded Gia the life to be able to just I guess do what she wants to do. So that's
be free.
That's kudos, that's kudos to her and Joe. So she should look at it that way. But she's being a mama, so I get it.
Yeah. Antonio?
I love seeing Teresa with her family just because seeing her interact with the women, you get such a hardcore type person, but seeing her with her kids and her stepkids, you get to see the nurturing, softer side of her because I enjoyed watching the her tell the son, I want to say he's autistic, I think, but I don't want to put any her telling him, she loved him and he like, I love you. And, so you can tell she really does do a lot for all those kids and she doesn't make any difference between them. I'm 100% with Melania, baby. Listen, it ain't no Ivy League or nothing over here. I'm going to go wherever I can get into and that's going to be it.
I think if it was up to her, she would go to a community college and I'm not mad at it.
For sure. Not mad at it at all. So.
She probably will get a trade certificate and be an electrician for Polly and Dolores if she could. but even with the Gia situation, it's like Gia, she has her job. Her mom is rich. She has a job. Her boyfriend has a job. So, I guess maybe Teresa's thinking because Gia still is only like 22 or 23 or something like that. So maybe she feels like she's a bit too young and she wants her to experience a little bit more of that independence, as opposed to immediately kind of being on lockdown like she was. So.
How much more independent? She went to college and did she stay on campus too at college?
You know what? She was only like an hour away. So I think she did stay on campus, but I know she was only like an hour away from where they are because that's why they were so kind of distraught about Gabriella because she went all the way to Michigan.
Well, I'm pretty sure Gia's going to know what it's like to live alone on her spinoff that she secured coming in New York. So, yeah. So now we have a couple more little scenes. The preparation is continues for Melissa and Joe's party. This Lindsay chick brings Joe a novelty gun that shoots alcohol, and Melissa takes it away from him because it got liquor all over her floor. She about to just be ready to be mopping all night because that's going to happen all night long with them. But what they have to like about Joe is he likes to have a good time, and I would enjoy partying with Joe. Like
Joe, for sure, yeah.
I would enjoy partying.
And you might get lucky at the end of the night with Joe too.
It'd be unlucky for me because I'm not attractive.
Yes, you are.
No. Marge is then talking with Joe Benigno and says she is not really looking forward to seeing Jackie because she tells him that Jackie has talked bad about her. Melissa then again mentions to Joe that she hopes Jackie and Margaret do not have an argument at her party, but she does want them to talk. We then see Jen Aiden with this. I'm glad it looked better on than when she was holding it on that bed because that yellow thing had looked so ugly on that. But I was like, please don't wear that, girl. But she's talking with Bill, and is apprehensive about, going to the Gorga's house because she hasn't talked to Joe yet, but she hopes it isn't awkward. Bill then asks Jen, is Teresa okay with her going to the party? And she says that Teresa's fine with it, but just asks that she not be discussed. Jen also mentions that Danielle is upset about her puppy party where Lena was talking about her. Jen feels that Danielle is entitled and elitist, but she does hope that they can talk and resolve things. Tonio.
So I'd like the gun to shoot the. I would probably buy that. Maybe for our next lean situation, we can get something like that if it's in the budget.
It is paid.
Marge, you know what? And you said that about what Jen was gonna wear. I thought when Marge had that thing up, it was still ugly, even when she put it on. But it didn't look as ugly with it on.
It didn't. It looked better on Marge when she wore it.
It did. It did. So, and then with Jen Aiden, I hate that she has to continue to tell Bill, like, listen, if something pop off, you need to have my back. Like, I kind of feel bad for her in that moment. You can tell Bill is just kind of like a laid back person and not really confrontational like that. But I think when it comes to, your spouse or your partner, you're going to have to put your big boy drawers on and step up and be like, what's good? Like, I hate that she continues to have to do that, being that we later on, we see how Joe has Marge's back. We've seen how Joe Gorga, has Melissa's back and so on and so forth. So I hate that she has to continue to remind him of that, but I'm glad that she does. And he seems to listen, but it's like, does he just say yeah just because he don't want to hear her mouth? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Samuel?
This scene didn't really give me nothing. The only thing I will say I disagree with is when Jen was saying she wanted, in her confessional, when she was saying she wanted to see how long it was going to take for Joe to come speak to her. You are going into these people's homes.
Yes.
You need to speak to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just thought she was approaching that the wrong way.
Oh, but my side.
Yeah.
I don't got to know with that so bad.
But I ain't really got nothing for them two parts.
Yeah, it wasn't much to give. All right, so the guests finally start arriving to the party, and I will say it's a very nice house. Like, they did their thing.
I love the way it's decorated.
Yes, they did a great job decorating.
That Joe Gorga poster board. Everything but that, but yeah.
I really believe the measurement was right to begin with. He didn't have to add.
It was.
So the guests started arriving, and I'm not going to talk about everybody arriving and grabbing that limoncello, but we go straight to the kitchen, and where Rachel cannot wait to tell Melissa about the meetup with Trey. She tells her about the liquor and all that stuff, and Melissa says she made the right call by not bringing the gift because, frankly, they didn't want it. Well, newsflash, Melissa, it wasn't for you. Moments later, who arrives with the same bottle in her hand? But Dolores. And when I tell you, I thought Rachel's eyes was going to fall out of her face when she looked at that bottle. So, they ask her why she bring it, blah, blah, blah. Well, the bottle makes its way to Joe. And it sets Joe off because he feels it was not authentic. He feels that Teresa should have shown up at his house to talk, maybe without the cameras or something, which is interesting without the cameras, but that's just me. But he just wants them to act like a real family. He then takes the card off the bottle where everyone thinks he's about to read it, but instead he dramatically threw it into the fire. What did y'all think about him doing that?
Listen, I was waiting for the monologue for the little violin when he started off that. Do you think she's honoring her father? Joe, let's just stop. Let's kill it, because when the daddy was here, you weren't even honoring him. They was calling and begging you to come spend some time with him. Teresa sending the bottle, I don't understand what that was for anyway, to be honest. But I guess an olive branch or a I don't know. It wasn't for Teresa. It wasn't for Melissa. It was for Joe. But I just think it served no purpose. As far as Rachel running into the house and, so Melissa, we talked for 9 minutes and she said that I'm sorry that if you heard, the way she ran the story back was annoying because nothing about it was right. She went to, and she said that Teresa did not apologize, or that she apologized saying that if you heard, I said that you were drunk. That's not what Teresa said. Teresa said, I did not say you are a drug dealer currently. If it was brought back to you that way, I apologize that you got misinformation, which is a fact. She did not say that. She was apologizing that they brought it back to him wrong. But regardless of what she said, he didn't care to hear none of it. And they really went to have that conversation just so they can have something to go back and, you know, talk to the people about. You can tell, just like Jackie, the Fudas, they find some type of comfort into being aligned with Marge and all them. Like, it's a bunch of ass kissing. Like, even when they came in with the gift, Melissa was like, well, damn, this is gift number 10. How many housewarming gifts you got for us? Like, you can tell they just kissing up to them. They really want to be a part of the end clique.
That's the bottles coming from inside them valet cars. Let me shut up a little.
Yeah, it kind of it got them on their way out. But it was all annoying. The whole breaking down, and this is why they want this party to turn into all this and that. Y'all knew what the hell y'all was doing. That's why y'all took the card and the bottle out there. If y'all ain't talking about Teresa, nobody really cares what y'all got going on. So it was all a setup. It was lame. It was just.
Well, you know what really bothered me, Sammy, is that I wish Teresa had never said, give this bottle to my brother, because it wasn't even from her.
Right.
She should have had Louis say, give this bottle to Joe for me. Because they keep saying it's from Teresa, and it causes big old monologue, like we are watching Romeo and Juliet or something. And
yeah, and I don't know if production edited it out, but Rachel went back and told Melissa, because Melissa was like, what was Louis saying? Melissa said, be quiet, Teresa, I want to hear John talk. That never happened unless they cut it out.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Unless they cut it out, yeah.
She went from saying he said nothing to he said this. Rachel just so annoying and so damn dumb. I hate that it's being reported that she'll be one of the ones coming back, because I hope that's false. But I'm just that whole all of that. Just
baby Sammy, you are disgusting.
I'm sick of the fucking 50-year-old frat boy scenes. I am just tired of Joe and all of them. I'm sick of it. I am annoyed. I cannot recall the last time I have been extremely annoyed with a Housewives episode. This particular one annoyed the hell out of me for several reasons. Majority of them have to do with Marge and Melissa.
I'm gonna tell you what annoyed me. What annoyed me was Rachel's nose. Like there were times where I had to rewind the TV because I zoned out looking at that damn nose as it just chipped away. It seemed like the more I looked at it, the smaller it got. I hate it so much. Like, she can't even get a Q-tip up there. She can't even breathe.
She the opposite of Pinocchio. When she lied, the nose go in.
Go small.
My God. So, y'all. So, go ahead. You got anything else to tell me?
Oh, but yeah, with the whole that breakdown well, let me say this. I think Louis knew what would happen by sending that bottle. Like, I think Louis is very intelligent. You can tell he knew that would get some type of reaction, even though it will make them look like, hey, you know, we sent you a bottle. It's of your dad's favorite liquor for your new house, so on and so forth. But I think that Louis knew, you know, what that would do, and Joe, of course, bought into it and was crying, and my fucking daddy, my daddy, don't talk about my daddy and all that. It was rehearsed, because no tears was coming. I know you had Joe Bigigno with his plumber hands that probably still had doo-doo on them, you know, over there massaging his shoulders.
Calm down, bro. Take a breath. Breathe in, breathe out.
So much, and the dramatics of and then they're thinking like, okay, just read the card by yourself, you know, blah 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 blah. And he takes the card and tosses it in the fire. It was like, it probably didn't say nothing but congratulations anyway. So
Messy Fessy didn't even like him throwing that thing in the fire.
Even Marge kind of gasped.
They were both like the dramatic. It was like that was
But I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna tell you why Marge gasped. Marge wanted to know what was in the card. That's why she
did. Yeah, that's true.
All right, y'all. So then we go to Melissa asking Rachel if she updated everyone on her meeting with Teresa. For someone who says she don't want to talk about Teresa,
every time she gets a chance.
So, you know, they're talking a little bit, and then Jackie says that you were never going to make up with Teresa because of Marge and Melissa being in your ear. Rachel and Melissa don't like that. They continue to go back and forth some more, which, whatever. And then Melissa's hypocrite ass tells them to have fun instead of talking about this, even though she's the one that brought it up for them to talk about. And then at the same time, Fuda is telling the guys about the meeting as well. He distastefully brings up Gia as a comparison to his age when he was in trouble, and that just really pissed me off. But
it was so weird and
yeah,
so like,
Sonia,
what's the
you got
point?
anything on that part?
That whole him bringing up. Well, you guys weren't even on the show then. Let's go ahead and start there. You guys were not. With no one. We didn't know anything about your wife's nose or you parking cars. Like we knew nothing about it. So him bringing Gia up in a way to compare, like, oh yeah, like when Jackie made and he couldn't even think of the right word to where she was trying to not allegation, but anyway, when I'm like, I don't get where you're going with that, and that's why I think it, put that allegedly thing up there. That's why I think it'd be the meth that be having him be throwing him off like that, and he can't really think right. Because that jaw just be all and he just be talking nonsense. It makes me, it's so stupid, and I just don't understand the point in bringing up someone or a situation that you weren't even a part of a couple of years ago. Rachel Fuda, her continuing to tell the story incorrectly about how she would have punched Teresa in the face, and girl, your nose would have been knocked off. You already know that. Talking about Teresa said, how dare you talk about Jaden? That is not what was said. She lied the entire time. I can't stand her. She needs to go. Her and her meth head husband, they need to go, allegedly.
You know what, real quick, Sammy, you know what I really hated though when the bottle came out? That Fugazi looked so offended that the bottle made its way there, like as if it was disrespectful to him that the bottle made it to the house. Did y'all notice that? He was like,
he think he's Tony Soprano, so
yeah.
Because a deal is a deal.
Go ahead, Sammy.
The Eminem clique. So I was glad when Jackie said basically what everybody been thinking, girl, you didn't go there to make up. I went there to fight so we could be having this very conversation. Y'all didn't go there to make amends. It was never on the table. I'm glad she brought it up, and she knew that it would offend them, but it was the truth. Like we all knew it was the truth. I truly don't understand the comparison that John was trying to make when it came to Jed. It really just, there was truly nothing to compare. One was a scenario that Jackie was trying to use to make give Teresa some type of idea of how she was feeling, where you, my sir, were really dealing drugs. Like you went to jail for this. I don't get what she was trying to say. I'm appalled that he was so comfortable to even bring it up in front of Joe. But this is why when Gia gets to talking, everybody starts saying she's a child, she's saying a child's place. This is why when Gia says whatever she says, she's justified to me. And I hate that they're not having a reunion, because I know this is something that Teresa would have got in his ass about when it came to Gia, because she would probably got on him and Joe. Because why y'all even have this conversation about my child who has nothing to do with any of this according to y'all, but now you want to use her as some type of example to get some ignorant point across that truly makes no sense. Like John,
especially for a time where he wasn't even on the show, which shows that you're fan, having watched the show.
Well, his wife was doing all the blogging.
A blogger.
Yeah, just.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
All this is for them. This is John and Rachel they are probably the luckiest fans ever, because they have crossed up on a meet and greet. That's all this is for them. They over there playing everybody's face and meeting people that they are fans of. That's all this is.
You're watching us on TV like a fucking fan.
Like a fucking fan. That's all this is.
Y'all, I want to bring up this comment real quick because it intertwines something I was going to say. Teresa when she's in some scenes with Louis, she does talk about them, but that's okay for her to talk about it with her husband. But Teresa has had plenty of scenes where she don't bring up none of the women. Every single scene that everybody else has been in has been about Teresa. Every single scene that everybody else has been in has been about Teresa.
And I don't think
has Teresa talked about Joe and Melissa? I was
just going to say that, Antonio. Her thing was never about the collective.
About Joe and Melissa. Rachel and she talks about Rachel and Fugazi.
I mean, which is understandable because they're kind of at odds and they've had moments, so I get that.
But she never said she wouldn't speak about them. She said she just wouldn't tie nothing in.
And she meant that. And my thing is, everybody. Fugazi, before the season started, he walked around in so many interviews saying he was Teresa's storyline. Teresa has had scenes where he's not mentioned. Have they had one where she's not mentioned?
Absolutely.
The very first scene.
Teresa was at this party without even being there.
True that.
They couldn't even enjoy the housewarming party because Teresa was the topic. And people really think the show can go on without Teresa. Anybody who thinks that is smoking something, I'm sorry. But let
They
me move
smoking
on.
with John selling or was
Like
selling, my
Jackie,
bad.
like Jackie said
They
last
must have
night,
been to Bergen County.
Teresa is the name that's on everybody's lips. Like, you know,
Yes.
so
Jackie said
that's just
that?
what it is. She said on Watch What Happens Live last
Yeah.
night.
Oh, so Nasty on Watch What Happens Live. Nasty understand it's the Teresa show. I remember back then she said it wasn't, but she get it now.
She was.
Oh, she
She
get
was
it
having
now.
she was having her strings pulled before.
She got it then, exactly. Yeah, she knew it then.
Because she was a fan too. I remember that old book
If that
signing.
book signing.
She was a fan too.
Well, it ain't done because Dolores, who's not playing Switzerland right here, goes over to Marge and tells Marge what Jackie said about the food does not make a tree if her and Melissa are in their ear. Marge purses them thin lips and walks over to Jackie all pissed off, and they go back and forth. Melissa jumps in about it and says, well, I'm not mad at you, and you're friends with Teresa. You're still here. And Jackie finally had enough. Jackie stood on business and said, you're mad that I'm friends with Teresa, and too bad. And turns around and walks away. With Marge like,
I know Marge wanted to grab a hold of her when she did.
Jackie walks away saying the conversation was a waste of her time. And then what does Jackie do? Being petty, in my opinion. She goes into the kitchen and started talking to and hugging on Joe Benigno, which kind of made me cackle. But the last laugh isn't on her, sadly, because Marge got her ass. But Marge comes running to them and tells Joe not to talk to Jackie. Y'all
Joe's
have
like,
anything
okay.
here? Sean, I said I was going out of order at some point. I got this, Sean.
I told you who it was going to be. I'm glad that that Jackie, you know, kind of she stood up to them. Like, and we now, even from watching Watch What Happens Live last night, you know, Jackie said she doesn't know why her and Teresa fell out, and like, you know, people have been saying not her and Teresa, her and Melissa. Been, you know, like people have been saying, you know, she's no longer of any use, you know, to them or whatever. Marge definitely got mad at that lady because she's decided that she was gonna, you know, forgive Teresa and try and move forward. Which I think that friendship may be different now because I think they do talk a lot and hang out and stuff like that. But I think it started on some very kind of shady stuff on both ends. One being on Teresa end because it's like, oh yeah, I got that girl over here. One on the other on Jackie end because she's like, oh okay, well yeah, I ain't talking to y'all. I can't film with y'all, but I can film with Teresa. So I think it kind of started very surface for both of them, but I think it has grown into you know, something more. Jackie, she gets on my nerves. She does whine a lot, you know, and you can tell she really wants to be included. But Marge ain't that girlfriend. She never was that girlfriend. Because one little fallout and you start doing all that, we was never cool. And then it was crazy that when she walked over to Joe, he was like, you're so pretty or you're so beautiful or whatever he said. And Marge was like, no, don't talk to her. She's talking bad about me. And Joe was like, oh, okay. And he walked away with Marge. It was like, well, you know, like that's crazy. Evan would still speak to Teresa, and she said that he was cheating on that lady. So, so that was funny to me. Very funny.
You know, when we was talking about them showing their outfits before they went to the house party, when we was talking about Marge's outfit, what we didn't see was that she was packing her husband's nuts because whatever she told that man to do, he did it. They played a game with Jackie. Jackie, I remember when she first came on, I enjoyed her because she had thick skin. She was going up against Teresa. She didn't give a damn about nothing. She didn't care about Teresa being the girl. And I enjoyed Jackie, but I started falling back on her when she got to becoming like, she was easily persuaded. Like she seemed like a puppet for Melissa them. And then when you watch this episode, you now see like when them later on saying that she was complaining about being left out the picture, showing Melissa making the joke about her complaining about being left out of parties. Jackie's insecure. She wants to feel included, which is why she went over to the Teresa side. So it's not just Teresa; they both were gaining something from the other.
For sure. Yeah,
but that's why she went over there because, well, then hell, maybe if I go over here, I can get on, you know, get some more scenes. But Melissa and Marge, they played into her being insecure, knowing that she wanted to be included. If we keep her over here with us and we make her feel wanted, then she gonna, you know, we get our numbers up. She's gonna do what we want her to do. And now that that's not the case no more, that's why you and Melissa had fallen out, because there's no use for you anymore, Jackie. You over there with Teresa. You and Teresa are cool. She can't use you to press buttons no more. That's why Melissa was so upset at that last event when Jackie was saying how cool that was, and she was like, but and whenever talking about it this episode, she said, "Well, it's in the book." Somebody online said, well, what Melissa did not say was that, yes, it was in the book that she said that all the drama dealing with Teresa made her kind of, I guess, relapse and start eating more. But she also said that she made peace with that and that she forgave Teresa in the book. But Melissa didn't mention that part, though. So they just gaslight, they manipulate. And I'm just glad that Jackie is back to the Jackie that first came on to the Jersey Housewives.
And it's really annoying that they're acting so shocked that Jackie felt the way about not being tagged in that photo when they know that she wants to be included. That's an insecurity of hers. They've tossed her to the side really for Danielle, in a sense, including Danielle around everything, one that she fell out with last season. And it's crazy. Someone said in the comments they don't really invite Jackie around as much. They replaced her with Danielle, but they also don't want Jackie being friends with Teresa. So it's like,
so Jackie, like, yeah, I got to get in somewhere. I'm gonna get this friend check.
Yeah,
but like Jackie said last night, she said, so it's okay for all these other people to have these fallouts and say stuff about each other and make up, but it's such a big deal when I make up with, Teresa. It just doesn't make any sense.
And speaking of fallouts, how the hell did Jackie fall when she first got into the party? I need them to show me that clip. I don't need to see the aftermath.
Don't take this as insensitive, but when she fell, I am glad that she had gained some weight back.
Because she was going to break something, had she not.
Yeah. So y'all, let me go on because we go. All right. So now, Sean, we are here to Danielle and Jen having their discussion. They step away. Dolores says, I'll leave so y'all can talk. Danielle gave her side of the story, which y'all have to be honest. If Danielle had said this from the beginning, it would have made so much more sense. Danielle said that the VIP area was just supposed to be for the housewives, but they got taken over by people that should not be there. Danielle said, yeah, I had security clear out the section because it was a safety issue, which does make sense. They go back and forth some more, and Jen says, that Jen shows that she wasn't just mad over the hairdresser thing, but she's also upset that Aiden plastic surgery wasn't plastered all over the step and repeat at the charity event. They continue to go back and forth some more of some insignificant stuff, but they seem to come to an understanding. And Danielle encourages Jen to not let things fester and speak up sooner so that they don't, boil over. So, Antonio, what do you think about this?
I think that if Jen Aiden was, putting in work and she helped with, them raising so much money, or whatever, then yeah, go ahead and put, her husband's stuff on the step and repeat. I don't see an issue with that. I do think it could have been a conversation that could have been had, but I also feel like Jen didn't like how Danielle still tried to downplay Lena. Is that her name?
I think that's her name.
Yeah, tried to downplay her as if, she's not really anybody. Because at that point, Danielle, you was only a housewife then 4 years. So don't put people down like that just because she's just the hairdresser. It was a good conversation. I guess doesn't seem like it's gonna last long, but from what I can remember, Jen kind of handled Danielle in a way. She had Danielle over there explaining herself and this, that, and the other. Because the thing about it is, if you really that big and you really about that, ain't nobody you can't come to me and sun me about or tell me what I need to do about nothing. And when she said that about, we raised $25,000, Jen Aiden said, you're welcome.
And you paid, I don't pay myself back when I have events. First of all, like you said, Sean, Jen handled her because we would have come to no understanding where I'm telling you nicely, talk to me. Don't let these. No, we would have left arguing.
Jen handled it. She did.
Jen wasn't playing with that girl at all. But you know what? I enjoyed their conversation. I like that they were able to have some type of resolve, which is why I'm confused about what's going to happen next week. But I do agree that if that was her initial reasoning as to why she asked the girl to get out the section, I would have been like, okay, I get it.
It makes sense.
It didn't come off that way. And I don't think she's also taking into account that she did your hair for a little quick one too, but this is Jen's friend. So of course she's gonna feel away. And if she's in that section with the girls the housewife girls, and they don't have an issue with it, then let us stay there. you know that she's cool with them. You've seen it. You've been out before. Because somebody also posted online where she was saying she didn't know the girl, but there was like a dinner party or something. Some
And they were
years
sitting
back,
beside
they
each
were
other.
sitting right next to each other. So, I'm glad, Jen. I'm glad that the conversation they had with the way they did. I'm glad that Jen socked it to her the way she did too. But I'm also glad that Danielle received it and told her, let's just not do this no more. If something goes wrong, let's talk about it. It was a good conversation. It was like with Housewives.
It was. It was. It wasn't too deep. It wasn't too dark. It was
Yeah.
some surface little BS. Let's talk about it, get through it. It was a little bit of shade kind of thrown. I was with it. Those are the moments that I like. I don't need the family drug dealer, prostitution whore, all that.
Yeah, and like you said, Sammy, has she done this before? Been no problem, because what she said to them last time was that Lena was a nobody, and yes, she had to get out of that section.
She did.
Now, I also wonder here, when they told Lena to leave, was Lena the only one there? Because Danielle said the section was overrun by a bunch of people that weren't supposed to be there. So if Lena got told to leave when everybody else got told to leave, that's also valid.
Yeah, now if everybody got told to leave, cool, but they didn't really say, or if they said it, they didn't show it. Yeah.
So, well, so here we go. Jackie walks over and tries to have a conversation with Dolores. As Jackie and Dolores are talking, Marge is watching from the other side of the room. She is mumbling under her breath. She pulls her phone out and sends a text of a screenshot to Dolores. And she tells Joe, get her attention. So Joe is over there like this. I thought Joe was allowed to play the game, where you do that.
Make it big.
Yeah. I thought that's what Joe was going to do. So it works. Dolores sees him and checks her message. And Jackie called that woman a slob. And
said she hate her.
Yeah. And Dolores said, you called me a slob? And Jackie says, no. She told you that? I know Jackie probably strong.
Gagged, baby.
So bad in that moment. And I'm sorry, Jackie socked it to her earlier, but Margaret tagged her ass right there. I'm sorry.
She did.
I don't like Margaret, but I'm going to give her props there. She did something. Well, I'm not going to give her props because it was still tacky, because I'll save my commentary for after. But, Jackie says she didn't really mean it literally. She meant it in that, keeping up mess and all that type of stuff. A slob. So she continues to try to talk to Dolores and says, well, Marge talks about you too, but she don't put it in writing. To which Dolores says, well, she's a lot smarter than you. Dolores tells her, it isn't the first time I've heard you say that you said things about me, Jackie, and you need to give me a few minutes to calm down. We see Jackie sadly walking away while Marge is saying, there's no coming back from this. Only thing I want to say before I give it over to y'all is Dolores is one dumb bee, because I will never trust anyone who tells me what somebody else said about me just because we fell out. Mm-hmm. Because you was okay with them talking about me to you as long as y'all were cool.
Yeah.
Because you was talking about me too. So then why did they feel so comfortable talking to you about me like that? It's because you talk the same way about me. So Dolores, you need to wake on up. This is where I want to call Dolores how Chase spells it, D-U-L-L, Dolores. Because I'm sorry, she looked like the biggest fool in this scene to me. Even though Jackie was sadly walking away, Dolores was the biggest fool in this scene to me. I'm going to put the link in the caller. But while I'm doing that, Sammy, take it over.
You know what? This is the Dolores that I enjoy. Like when she read that text message, saw that girl called her a slob. She had them glasses on. She took them off. Wait a minute, I'm a slob. Like, give us this, Dolores. Like, activate and give us some type of content other than just sitting back and playing it cool. But like you said, Danny, Jackie was having those conversations with Marge for a reason. She was comfortable having it because, as she said, Marge was tossing stuff back to her. But this also goes back to show last season when them girls were saying Marge has an arsenal and she gonna toss it out on you a mad day. That girl didn't even let that argument end with Jackie for a good 10 seconds before she went over in Dolores' face. She was like, she be talking about you and I had to talk her down off the cliff. Like, don't nobody want to know a homegirl like that. And I would hope that the rest of them girls see that. And because if she was that close with Jackie and that quickly could go toss her under the bus and tell all the conversations they had, she went as far to send that damn screenshot. And then had the man get Dolores' attention so she could read it in the moment. Like, who does that? You and Jackie could have had a conversation later on. You don't know if it was repairable because you didn't even give it a chance. You were that upset. It all just goes back to she's being mad because Jackie has her own voice and she decided to be cool with Jennifer and Teresa. That's all that is. Marge is a tramp. She's a dummy. She's no good. I'd be so glad when the season's over and I pray to God that she's one of the ones that does not return. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of her husband. I'm sick of her mama. I'm sick of that homegirl to stay with them and the little boy there too. Get rid of Marge. I don't want to see nothing more else to do with her. I'm just done with Marge.
And Tony, before I go to you, I want to give Sugar a shout out for the super chat. Thank you so much. And
Thank
Sugar
you,
has
Sugar.
put this comment in here that is also true that I wanted to know. If Troutmouth didn't edit that text, I wonder what she would have said after Jackie said that or before that led up to Jackie.
Yes.
You know. But
Nothing, Sugar. Marge is she's a very calculated girl. She didn't put nothing in no text messages because she knew that one day she was going to air Jackie ass out and she didn't want Jackie to be able to say nothing about her. So now when it comes to what Jackie's saying that Margaret is saying it's just going to be her word against Jackie's because she ain't got no proof.
and then it's
Yeah.
funny
But Dolores know Jackie ain't lying. She know Jackie.
Yeah.
She does.
She
That's
said
why
it
she said that in
her-
that confessional. Yeah.
Yeah, but that ain't enough for me. You got to go confront Marge. And it's funny what Sean said. Dolores is the one that started this whole argument, and she gets the tea
Yeah.
about Antonio. Go ahead.
I Marge and her thin wig and her trout mouth, but she kind of ate that scene up for me. That was like, to me, like, those are the Housewives moments
you remember.
that I want. Like, give me something in real time. And Marge was like, click, click, send, read your text message. That was so hilarious to me. She gagged the mess out of Jackie. I know Jackie went in. Never mind. But she gagged Jackie. She gagged Jackie so hard. It was like so good. I really, really appreciated that moment. Yeah, I'm still tired of it though. I'm still tired of them. Like, okay, Marge, you gave me one good moment, the last season and a half. It's like, that's usually too little, too late. Like, go away from me with this Apollo right now. Dolores, I know, is smarter. Dolores gonna have to. I like her. She gonna have to be a little bit more
Activated
in it. She really is. Now, granted, she also did not tag them on purpose. Cause you mean to tell me you forgot to tag me and my spouse? Like, you didn't tag either one? Come on now. She did do that on purpose, but I think Chase may have said this. I don't think that Dolores really care for Jackie, and we see, Jackie don't really care for Dolores. She called her a slob. And to me, she should have been calling Marge a slob and saying that she hates Marge. And all of that. So it was a good Housewives scene. And that's it.
It really was. So we're gonna go ahead and bring in our first caller. We are going to add one of our former panelists, but still a good, faithful person. Hey, Demisio.
Hey, guys.
What's up? What's up, Big Niece?
Oh, my God. So, okay. I'm going to start with the whole Danielle thing with Jennifer. It's apparent to a lot of us because I was on Jennifer's side until she said that you couldn't think to let's have Aiden's plastic surgery up there. Like, that comment alone showed that she was not only bothered by the fact that what Danielle did was, I guess, elitist, but it really had to do with her not promoting her husband's business, which showed that Jen is a little selfish and entitled, and she could have just been real about what the real issue is instead of being a messy hoe and inviting Lena to, do what she did. Like, you could have just been real, and just said what the real issue is. And the fact that Joe Gorgon, this is one of the main reasons why I just don't respect him. It's no way that you sat up there and let John Fuda talk about your niece.
He did.
He did, though.
He did.
That is crazy to me. Like, it's no way. It doesn't matter if I'm fighting with my family or not. Like, I can talk about them. But you not finna get Joe looking like you done drunk too much Slim Fast, but up here and gonna talk about them too. You heavy on the quotations, Tonio. Just live fast. But yes, it's just crazy. And let me go on and get my daily wearing Miss Finster out, aka Marge. Y'all know who that is, don't y'all? Off of Recess.
Lord, Lord, with the
You know, there's
Demisio.
an age gap, Demetria. I don't think we was watching an animated cartoon series when Recess came out.
Oh, excuse me,
Well,
I forgot y'all age caliber. But no,
Okay.
you know what? But you need to get some H caliber, Demisio, because you ain't had no business texting me at 11 o'clock at night on Saturday
Daddy, that's our
talking
personal
about
business.
Taylor Swift is better than Rihanna. Bye.
Bye, bitch.
Bitch, bye.
All right, let's bring up our good friend T to the stage. T Marie, come on, T. Hey,
Hey
darling.
Hey,
y'all.
Hey,
T.
T.
Hey y'all. I see this yesterday's episode. Oh my gosh. Uncle Whoville and Uncle Fester, aka Mars, gotta go.
Not
Like
Uncle Fester.
Uncle Fester and Whoville. My thing is, Rachel, you sat there and lied. That's not what happened. Teresa basically was apologizing to y'all. But no, you want to go spin this narrative that Teresa didn't apologize when she did. And my thing is, Fuda, you decide to bring up something from a couple seasons ago when you were not on the season. So your wife is your wife Bravo Level 123, whatever her name, her Instagram
That was
account
it.
is, Bravo Lover, whatever that. Like my thing is, like with kids, that's one thing. I don't respect Gorga for that. You just gonna let Fugazi disrespect your niece, but if there was a reunion, oh boy, Teresa would have put a foot in his behind and Fuda's behind. And then the whole Dolores thing kind of made, like, she kind of got annoyed me at the end of the episode. 'Cause I'm like, Dolores, come on now. And then you had a confession that you said something about you had to she clocked Marge. I don't know if y'all caught it in one of the
Mm-hmm.
confessionals. I'm like,
She
and my
did.
thing is, with Marge, you sat there and screenshot somebody's conversation. I don't respect that. You screenshot Scott. She must have said something too. That's why she's covering her tracks to throw Jackie under the bus. So she could look good.
Yeah, they really robbed us of a reunion because we had some good moments that would have come from this reunion.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
really did.
well, all right. Thank you, T, for calling in.
Thank
We
you,
Thank
enjoyed
you,
T.
having you.
T.
See you
Bye.
next week.
All right, bye y'all.
Make sure y'all liking the video. Make sure y'all liking the
Oh,
video.
Oh, I'm sorry, T. And now we have last but not least. Y'all know who it is and what time it is. Let's get this party started right here.
Hi, y'all guys.
Hey,
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 Lisa.
Lisa.
lovable
Can y'all
Lisa.
hear me?
Yeah.
We
Yes,
hear you.
Yes.
let's get started, baby. Let's get started, hon. Okay, baby, I'm gonna tell you something. Joe Good got man, So the throwing that card in the fire. You did that while your millions, okay? You know what I'm saying? You did that while your meal kind of show your boys how big you about your sister and them, okay? Baby, really, your sister you not send the goddamn liquor. It was Louis in the goddamn liquor, okay? Because Teresa said she ain't kissing y'all ass no more. Okay, so let's get that straight, okay? So you and your little short self, okay? And number one, and you know what? And I'm gonna tell you like this right here. I don't believe Joe can do nothing with what's his name, Bill. Bill is tall. Bill will probably stump little Joe out to the darn ground, okay? But I don't blame Jennifer though. You need to have my back more,
Mm-hmm.
okay? You need to have my back more. Another again, bring up my niece. You know what I'm saying? Bring up my
Mhm.
niece, John. We're gonna have a problem, baby doll. You sit there talking about you love your nieces now, and you do like that. Yeah, that's why they don't mess with you. That's why Jill said she don't mess with because no Jill be telling the truth on her. Even on that
Yeah.
screen, she said I be telling the truth, and she said I don't be. Sometimes she don't be listening to everything her mama be saying. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Cause don't y'all remember at the union? Don't y'all remember at the union? Joe said, Jill had said that they was going they don't want to mess with Melissa no more or something.
Yeah.
Teresa called Jill on the phone, and Jill said a whole different thing what Joe had said. So you know what I'm saying. So I really do believe it's a whole bunch of mess. And I said they be listening to Margaret all the time. I told y'all Margaret ain't nothing but the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Margaret be talking about people behind their backs. So she don't want to let she said you said well you said what Jack said. What did you say? What did you say? What did you say? That's right. I'm gonna say, did y'all not hear Danielle said? That's why she didn't want because the girl Nina want to bring Laura to the thing. She said that Laura was probably was close was one of Margaret's best friends or something. Don't y'all
Hmm.
remember that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't y'all remember that? And
Yeah.
Nina, I guess Nina must be close to Laura, and
They
she wanted to
friends.
bring
That's what
because
they were
she
saying.
said
Yeah.
I bought tickets. I bought tickets. Yeah, she said I bought tickets, and I remember Danielle said I didn't want no bloggers. I ain't want all them right there. You a damn lie. Okay,
He
you didn't
told me
want to
no.
get no mess started because you busy can't keep you. I believe you busy can't kiss Margaret ass too. You can't kiss Margaret ass too. Okay, because you know what Jennifer told you. Okay, ain't nobody can't start none. This all for them. Then you gonna make her leave. It wasn't everybody that she making. She made Nina leave. That was she was. I promise you. I don't understand this mess. This was stupid to me, but I have to give it to Marge. How much I don't want to give it to that bitch. The bitch got
Lisa,
jacket thing.
Lisa, you can't be cussing because Cortez
I
not
forgot
here.
my fault. I forgot you got to say Rick. My fault. My fault. My fault. My fault, y'all. You too. I'm sorry, y'all. Cortez. I'm sorry. Me, witch. The witch got jacket at the end. I got to give it to her. I got to give it to her.
She did. Yes, she
Mm-hmm.
did.
Two
She
snaps
did.
up, baby. She got to give it to her. She gave it to her. But baby, I promise you, Dolores like what? And they was like, I'm like, huh? Because I didn't know what was going on. I was looking, what they doing over there? And she's like doing it like that. Got that thing, but like the Lord said, yeah, I believe. Dolores know what's going on. Dolores is not. She already know. Martha said some stuff too. So all that mess right there. The Gorgons need to sit their tail down. Everybody needs to sit down somewhere. I wish they
Mm-hmm.
did have a reunion. I wish the only thing I want Teresa to give somebody ass is talking about her daughter. Like I said, I want long they keep Teresa on the show. I don't give a care. Okay, hail to the queen of that's her damn show.
It
And
sure is.
I believe that gonna come out because and every time Andy talks to somebody about not having their reunion, he's always talking about the finale.
So we
Hmm.
And I
gonna
remember
see
he
what it
talking
is.
to but to Gordon, every time he talked about, I heard him say some more bit about it. Somewhere he said everything mostly got cleared up at the finale. That's why they really didn't need to have no
I don't know if
reunion.
it got cleared up or if it just came to a point where it's no point. This is never
Yeah, I
going.
think it was just so chaotic that they decided,
It
yeah,
was
we just
clear that
can't
it's
do
Yeah,
never
it.
going.
but he keep
Yeah.
but because also didn't y'all hear last night? Antonio, did you not hear last night on what happened live? Jackie had said that Margaret told her don't come back to the show. If
She
Teresa
said
and
that.
Louis come back to the show, don't you come back to the show. Jen Jessica gonna sit over there gonna say, well, she didn't tell me that you and lie.
She, you
She
know why she
told
lied,
Jackie that.
Lisa? She's lying, Lisa, because then why would
Huh?
Fester say no? I told Marge I would leave with her if they came back. Well, why would you even have to offer that if Marge didn't
Yeah,
ask?
That's what I'm talking
exactly.
about. You would have to offer it. That's what I'm talking about. So I mean, Jan Fester be lying. I said Jan Fester's a two face witch too. While I'm her friend. Okay,
Messy.
you go hear all the tea. You hear all the tea. You going back and tell Marcia every darn thing. That's all
Yeah.
you doing. And
Well,
that's
you're
why I
right. Well,
said
Lisa,
that
we
that
thank you.
she
We
can
gotta
go.
go.
I
Lisa, we
got
gotta
all. I
go.
love y'all. See y'all next week.
All right, see you next
And
week.
hell
Cortez
with
and
them.
Jamie will be back
Look,
next week. All right, bye,
okay,
y'all.
Bye,
Nolly. Love
Lisa.
y'all.
Well, yes, y'all. Cortez and Jamie couldn't be here. They was out in doing, stuff they should have been doing in Dallas for Juneteenth, so they tired. Um, but thank you everybody in the comments. Sammy McClinton, Sean, Chase, TKC, Amanda, Shelly, Aaliyah, everybody. We love y'all.
The
Sammy,
callers, Demisio,
everybody who's always here.
everybody.
Isabel,
Sean,
T. Marie.
Isabel, thank you for showing me love.
thank
You
you,
know,
Sugar, for the money, honey.
and yes, and thank you, Sugar, for the super chat. We hope to see y'all next week, same time, same place. Antonio is not a regular, but he will pop in from time to time, giving his point of view. And again, thank you, everybody. See y'all next time.
And I know that it says down there, still the highest paid. Antonio is
Still the
not,
highest paid.
he's
Gonna
not
always
a
be the
regular,
highest
You
but
just
he's
show
paid.
your
also not
certificate
the
That's
now.
what it
highest
is.
paid, okay?
Oh,
Baby, that look like that crown that Giselle got neck on them.
all right, bye, y'all.
Peace.